Those walls are built, and coming down. Fight. Never gonna cut you out. Good boys. Pretty clear bias. We're gonna be looking for a continuation long. Back to the accounts here. Up, boys. Exactly what I would want to see. Right, keep up that lunch, those lunch highs, 1 p.m. and let's call it the 15-minute gap here. So we're gonna wait for the news driver. We'll see what we do in retrospect to this gap here. That liquidity. Lunch. All right, nice candles, nice clear candles. That's what we like to see. Let me sign into the account here. So we'll be executing the micro if we do take a trade. We do have news in 13 minutes, so we're going to be waiting for that. I have all the accounts that we're working on for today. Again, I may not execute every single one, but I have my live account open. I have my fundeds open. Well, I have some of them open. And I have the 8 evals that we are working on open. Yes. Copy trader. Double check one more time. Seems to be working. Perfectly fine. How large are these candles? Currently around 10 points. So 10 points, one contract's 50. So probably going to be around a 4 to 6 micro S&P trade on the evals. Don't execute with the same size as me because I'll be sizing up for my evals. So just keep that in mind when you are trading. And all we have to do now is wait till 2 p.m. Right, wait till 2 p.m. You guys think about my indicator? Pretty cool, I would say. Nice 130 power of 3. This could be low of PM session. We'll see what happens. That could be a low though. And we take a 2 p.m. silver bullet protraction model. That would be the most ideal if we can just take a silver bullet protraction. CPI? No limits, guys. Guys, it's probably not going to be a large candle. What do you think of Larry Williams on Ninja Trader? I'm not sure what you're referring to. Larry Williams is no longer with us, if I'm not mistaken, for some time now. Alpha or Lucid, if you have gotten 0 payouts, I highly recommend getting Alpha futures. Also, my code gives 20% off, which is more than anyone else's code. What's that blue zone? It's a 15-minute discount fair value gap. Why? Because you don't need to build a buffer in order to request a payout. Therefore, it'll be easier for you to make money consistently. You don't have to make a lot of money, is what I'm trying to say, in order to get paid. Lucid is cheaper, but the Alpha Zero is really probably the best beginner plan out there. So if you're new-ish, I would personally, look into that one for sure. You do not want to be, guys, it's not going to be a large candle unless something crazy happened in the meeting that we don't know about. It's probably not going to be a large candle. Alpha standard? No, yeah, you don't need a buffer for alpha standard. In payout rules, they say you need 2K buffer. Not with alpha futures, brother. I think it'll go lower. It could make a lower low than this if that's what you're asking. But overall, I'm looking for longs today. I'm gonna fade any PM session reversal. So we'll either we're gonna be looking for a long from this hourly fair value gap. And if it wants to go a little bit lower, that's fine. Regardless, I'm gonna be personally me looking for a long, unless we get a really extreme displacement. In which case, we'll target the morning session low between the hours of 2 to 3 p.m. It'd have to be blatantly obvious. Larry's alive? Larry's with us? No, pretty sure he's. Oh wait, you're right. Cool. I didn't even know that. I think that's the football player, BG. Larry in the gulag. Wait, I want. I went down 3% during AM. Just made 3% break even. Should I trade again, or my break even? G? What's your advice? Hey, you could trade. I mean, going down 3%. That's quite a bit. What account are you working on? I mean, to each their own. If I lost 3% one day, I would call it a day. I wouldn't. I wouldn't have even traded again. Do I regret going to school? No, because it's where I met my girlfriend. What about for Alpha Advanced? What's the buffer for a 150K account? You don't need a buffer, but the minimum payout is 1,000, so you have to make at least 1,000. Have you tried Lucid Black and did the double payout thing? I haven't used Lucid Black yet. I'm using Lucid Flex. You trade after FOMC comes? Correct. I'll be trading after FOMC comes. So on Alpha, you can request payout and they don't take 50% like TopStep does. Okay, one, TopStep doesn't take 50%. The other 50% stays in your account. Two, that same logic applies to the Alpha Zero. But if you don't like that, you can get the Alpha Standard, which you can just take out all your money if you want. FOMC is at 2 p.m., so in 8 minutes. It'll be right here. Again, guys, I'm not expecting a large candle. I just want to wait for it. See what the market wants to do until then. 2 week payouts. Stas, let's be honest, brother. Are you requesting payouts even once a month on average? Probably not, right? Most people don't even get one payout, let alone a payout every 2 weeks. So, if it's going to be the easiest payout possible every 2 weeks, it's worth it. You know? I'm not trying to hate or anything. I'm not trying to hate, but I'm just saying a lot of people complain about consistency rule. A lot of people complain about, oh, it's a payout every 2 weeks. It's usually the people who don't even have one payout to their name. Oh, but there's the consistency rule. Brother. Monthly payments only until you pass. I'm eating my food and watching your stream right now. I'm having so much fun. Nice. I personally love consistency rule. It makes me stop. Yeah. I mean, you should be somewhat consistent with your wins, whether you have a rule or not. Bias bullish. I'll be looking for PM continuation here. Not anticipating a low session. Classic PM session stuff. I like how low we're going. Nice engineered liquidity run. Hopefully we get a nice market maker buy model. Textbook delivery would be great. Eval and CPI, yes. How much are you currently funded? Um, Currently 350K. If we pass these accounts, mm, damn, it'll be over 1 million. That's cool. Oh, actually more than 1 million. Oh yeah, 1 million. Should I take a trade on PM if I lose 200 on AM? Sure, risk $100. I almost blow my accounts because of Tradeify slippage. How bad did you get slipped, bro? Damn. Would you take an IFG before news? No, waiting till 2 p.m. It could go. I'm not saying it can deliver. I'm just going to wait till 2 p.m. So Yeah. Prop firm, you full port CPI. You can do them with almost any firm. I don't know what I'll do next time. We'll see. Maybe funded next rapid. That's an easy one to pass with CPI. Maybe it depends what we have at the time. You need a buffer with Lucid Flex. You don't need a buffer. However, you do need to build one if you want to get consistent payouts on the same account. Right now, we have 5 Lucid evals and 3 Alpha 100Ks with Tradeify this time. I've heard with many of the copy traders, there's a lot of slippage. Is that the case with one of you as well? I've had no issues. Which pair? This is micro S&P. So ES, S&P 500 ES. Can I trade on MT5 with Alpha Futures? No, sir. What do you mean no buffer? Buffer means you need to make a minimum amount on the account to request a payout, right? You can't just make 500 and request 500. You know, that's the idea. My consistency is 40.8. Bro, are you? No, you just need like 100. You probably need like $40 more, Brian. You probably like $40 away from payout. You are more than fine, brother. For some reason, it always signs me into my stock account and not my futures account first. So sometimes I always miss my trade. All right, for 3.5 minutes until news, and then we can start looking for a trade. What accounts do you not need a buffer? Alpha Futures. I heard about it, yes, but you can't copy trade it, so it's useless to me. I need to use Tradeify so I can sync my copy trader. I haven't talked to MySo in a while, but from here and there, yeah. Did you take any trades? Nothing today. What counts? Yeah. What do you mean need buffer? Like, for example, let's just take Top Step, for example. On Top Step, when you request a payout, they set your limit to 0 after. So if you make 1,000 and you request 500, you only have $500 left on the account. So you lose all that extra money. However, Alpha Futures, if you make 1,000 and request 500, you still have 1,500 left. You don't have to make, more money. How many points does flash manufacturing PMI cost typically? Not much. Not any number that would be significant at all. Obviously depends on the number. On average, sometimes it'll look like a regular candle. Do you think news will dump or pump? I think it's going to do nothing, if I'm being honest. It's insanely good. For beginner traders, it's really good. It's more than insane. It's the only firm that does that, by the way. Not a single other firm has that. So it's really good for beginners. Really, really good for beginners. Is it going to go up or down right now? Right now, it still looks bearish. So probably lower. We'll see if we switch. Which is good for beginners. Alpha Futures. I'm going to short right now. Gatie thinks 693 is a good TP. It's hard for me to say because I would be looking for a reversal. So I would 693. You're looking for a lower low. I mean, there's a decent chance we make a lower low. I think there's a good chance we make a lower low. There's also a chance we go 693. Yes. Wait, 689. Oh, on NQ. Tradeify or take profit trader. What are you looking for? Daily payouts? Whichever one's cheaper. They have pretty much the exact same plan. I think Tradeify is a little bit better actually. I currently use Take Profit Trader. Okay, here's the deal. Take Profit Trader has the better live account, but I think in terms of the eval, the pricing, and the actual funded, Tradeify is better. Currently, I'm using the Take Profit Trader one, but I will probably look to switch to Tradeify. Why did you stop trading your funded next accounts? I'm not sure which one. I got one funded next payout, then we blew them. Then I tried CPI with 5 evals, failed CPI, and I haven't traded with funded next since. What do you think about Alpha Futures Zero versus Standard? Zero is better for beginners because it's 3 times cheaper. Standard is a lot more sufficient for consistent money easily. It's my favorite plan in the entire space. Alpha Future Standard is my favorite plan. Do I like the daily payout option? Yes, I love the daily payout option. It definitely suits my style. Small, consistent payouts is exactly the type of stuff I look for. So Alpha Future Standard. daily payouts. Though that's what I like. So that's what I'm gonna start, aiming for. On Alpha, you make 2,000. Ask 1,000. You still have $2,000. Is it really better? No. People always confuse this. The drawdown still trails. Okay, so when you make money, when you make $2,000, best alpha alternative, I'd say Lucid trading because it's cheap. When you make $2,000, it still trails. So if you make 2,000, it's gonna get set to 0 because you made 2,000, right? And then any on top of that 3,000, 4,000, right? But when you request a payout before you make 2,000, that's when it doesn't just get sent up. That's what I'm trying to say. What do you prefer, live or funded? Live is way better. Live is way better. So there's your 2 p.m. candle. You can see it doesn't even look like a news candle. But there may be volatility now. Best alpha alternative, I'd probably say Lucid trading. Just because they're really affordable. It's good for beginners. All right. We trust this low. That's pretty much the only question here. Do we form a 4-hour? Hourly. Yeah, we don't really have to go any lower than this. I would trust this low personally. These. Can I watch the news live? I'm not sure what you mean by the news live, but if we get a breaker here. I'm honestly tempted to just buy this right now. Like this. 8-point stop. 5 cons. No, not enough closure on that candle. I can trust that 2 p.m. low, to be honest. It swept out this one. Respected the gap. The body's respected. So, NQ looks good. YM looks good. This low looks good to me. So, midnight protraction. 2 p.m. Silver bullet trades into the fair value gap. Now, if I take a trade like this, not the best risk to reward, right? Now, if we go stop here, 1.23, well, we can go stop at the 2 p.m. low. And this is a good trade, 1.6R. I can work with that. 1.6R, I can work with that. And we can, potentially pyramid and look, for a trend. Alternatively, we get a soup and break. So those are the two options right now. Those are the two options right now. Why are you live so late? I'm not. The live just started. It's PM session. Cut you out. Everywhere I'm looking now. Indecisive candle right now. Pretty 50-50 right now. No clear direction, no clear narrative. Difference between Lucid Pro and Flex. Pro is easier eval. Flex is better funded. How are you dealing with funded being in drawdown? Accept it. They're going to be in drawdown because it's really not that much risk to work with. Also depends how much drawdown we're talking, right? I don't risk that much. So when I lose, it's easy. I need a good closure here. If we can get a good closure here on the 5, if this next candle trades here, I'll put a buy stop right there. Put a buy stop right there. 8-point stop. 8 times 5 is 40. 40 times 5. Wait, this needs to be 10. Right? Hold on. 10 times 50 is 500. Yeah, this needs to be 10. If this candle expands higher, it's not. I'm just going to cancel the order. Also, good trade copier. Looks good. It looks pretty 50-50 for me, guys, right now. I was hoping we could just get a clean manipulation below 130, break above. Is this candle going to finish strong? Yep, I'll probably take it here. All right, we're going to try this trade. So stop loss is going to go at the 2 p.m. low. How many points? 10 times 50. Okay, so stop loss at the 2 p.m. low. Don't worry about this P&L number. This is 8 evals. Okay, so obviously risking a lot more on the evals. Just focus on the candle here. All right, so what do we want to see? Ideally, we should stay above this line right here. This black line is a bullish order block, right? And if we can get above this high, that would be good. I'm basically front running the breaker here with a stop at this. Stop at this idea or a protected low. Not the best reaction to start, but we'll hold on for now. YM looks pretty good. We'll see. Don't want to make any decisions just yet. We got the 5-minute CISD, correct? Yeah, we got the 5-minute CISD, so 5-minute CISD here on this candle. We're buying that expansion with a stop here. So the first 3 minutes or the first 2 minutes does not look the best, but we'll see if this 5-minute can flip. And you know, this is a trade idea. 5-minute OB. I would have a lot really preferred it stay above here, but it's okay. Scoop out some of these lows. As long as the bodies stay above 50% of this inversion, I'm not too concerned. But we'll see how this candle trades. If we do get a closure below 50%, I could terminate early. How much would I save myself? Only 3 points. 5. I think we'll just hold. Give it the chance that the low may be safe. Do we trade into a 15-minute gap or something? Pretty strong. There is a 10-minute bearish fair value gap there. We could make a lower low here. The game plan, if we do make a lower low, will be simple. If we make a lower low like this, I'll simply re-enter long with a trade like this, if that happens. So something similar. I'm hoping the flow can stay protected, but it's not looking good so far. Trading to the bottom of the inversion. Top is 899.25. Pretty much last line of defense in there. Mediocre wick. Not too convincing on the 5-minute. For a 5-minute order block, I'd say that's pretty much completely failed at this point. If it gives me a chance to close a better fill on the stop, say it comes up like here, I may actually close that early. We'll see. This is 8 accounts, and there's no Powell speech right now. It's just minutes. Yeah, we closed below 50%. I'm considering just closing this one early. but I'm not really saving myself much. We'll mark out this gap, see what price does. It's probably going to respect it. This double bottom does not look good, but I can't really save myself much here. If I can get a closure for half loss, I'll take it. I'll hover the close button here. If I can get out for half a loss, that would be great. It is giving me the option. Is there an SMT there? Part of me wants to hold. This is one thing I always struggle with, if I'm being honest. Let's see where this body closes. Let's let the body give us some confirmation here. Because we really shouldn't have even come down this far. Not the best body. $20 in commissions? What are we trading here, bro? Kind of crazy. $20 in commissions? It's always these trades that trip me up. Like, do I just close for half R now? Or I give it a chance that this protected low is safe? It's a hard decision. I think we'll just leave it. It's easy. It's the easiest decision is just to leave it and just see what happens, and we can reflect later. You could close it right now, not right now, but you could have closed for potentially a half loss instead of a full loss if it makes a lower low. We failed to make a lower low. Does it mean we're bullish? No. We respected this gap. In fact, looks like it'll probably make a lower low now. Right? I wanted to wait for the body closure. Wasn't ideal. Next candle started trading up. Maybe not want to close. Sweeping out these lows. Our stops at 899, which is 2 p.m. low. Could still be safe. Hard to say. Hard to say for now. Pretty much one tick on that low now. Should get us out here. Minus 120 on the fundeds. Minus 420 and 840 on the evals. So the new game plan is to look for a potential reversal like this. If we can get something like that, I will try again. 2 p.m. reversal model. So we're going to wait for this low to get taken, and we'll see what happens after that. We do have some more engineered buy side now. We'll see if that delivers. There might be an SMT here soon. Would I take a look setup if we break higher now? That's the question. Yeah, I probably would. I would also take a protraction long if we just wanted to soup that low. Engineer a small range, take out the low. I would also take that. Although I prefer this low get taken. I prefer this low get taken. Ideally. Ideally. We'll slightly de-risk on the next trade. Try to recoup that loss without over leveraging. We lost around 860. So we'll risk around 7 contracts on the next trade, probably. 7 contracts on the next trade. If it forms, we may have to walk away with 1 loss. So we want to see a clear manipulation now below the low here. That's what I want to see. Copier worked perfectly. Every account has the same orders. That's good. See a lower low. I want to see a lower low. We're going to get an SMT with the NASDAQ. It's going to look something like this probably. tumbling down. We came back to the range of Friday high. I thought you said you'd be bearish then. Don't remember saying that. I was bearish going into the day. We got a full AM expansion, so I'm expecting PM continuation higher now. Why bullish? I was bearish and caught 50 points too late in the day and we extended so much. What makes you say we extended so much? I don't think we extended enough. I don't think this high is likely to be safe. I mean, statistically speaking, it's not, right? Usually, high of day will form in PM session if we're going to close bullish on the day, which I really don't think we're going to come back all the way down here. It's possible. It's possible. Even then, this high is really unlikely to be safe then. The fact that we made that high, statistically speaking, we should take it out if we're going to end bullish. So, average payout monthly, mid to high 4 figures. YM's almost making a lower low. I really do want to see that lower low. Or at least an SMT. Oh, there is an SMT here with YM. If we get a straight candle, I'll take it on this inversion. How do you stay on live? I'll be live until I'll probably mark it on close. Until 3:45 p.m. Eastern time. Unless I take another 2 losses, then I'll be done. Do you not put time constraint on trading? No, I don't have a time constraint. How do you stay on live for this long? I've only been live for 33 minutes right now. AM stream, now PM stream. And how do I do it? What's my job? Standard account has activation fee, correct. When do you think we'll be scaling up more to making low to mid 5 figures? From prop firms alone? I don't know. I don't really put any specific number for my prop firm trading. I more just want to focus on growing my live account. I think it's a little bit too unpredictable with prop firms. Okay, we can get a clean sweep here. That'd be nice. That would be nice. What's your bias here? Right now, I think it's going to go lower. I want to see higher. Hey, guy, do you think it's important to stay on the charts after wins/losses to get in the time in the market? I normally close out and look back at the charts until. I would recommend you stay. Yeah. That's like, the best example I can give you is, is it important to watch the basketball game even though you're on the bench? Yeah, it's important to watch. It's important to watch. We have an S&P on the bodies here. We made a lower low on the body. Yes, we did. So anything expansion higher here with speed, I will take. You'll catch a trade more on minis than conference. What? Should I stay in it for going below? Should I stay in it for going below the low? If your risk was managed, you could. Yeah. Good point. Cheers. Appreciate you, brother. Weekly is bearish. Probably already put in high of week and FOMC will dump. This is possible, but currently I don't see that narrative being likely. Not yet, at least. We'd have to come back into here for me to believe that's true. There is no Powell speech, guys. It's not that kind of FOMC. Is it today February 18? Does my stream say 17? Can make a nice lower low here. That would be the most ideal. I want to see the lower low because then we don't have to worry about the lows. Oops. Okay. Candles are moving pretty slow, so I do want to be cautious. It's not the cleanest delivery. Let's just use this 10-minute gap. But moving. I'll have to fix the stream yet. Why are you trading PM today? Why not? Is 13:30 and 14 marked on your chart like midnight open for New York PM? No, it's like 9:30 and 10 for AM session. Do you full port FOMC? No, sir. The only thing I'll full port is CPI, and that's only with evals. Just ask myself, would I take an expansion here? Pretty nice short from the 10-minute gap, if I'm being honest. Even a short like this, I could have immediately flipped buys there. But it's pretty not a risk optimal trade. Tough to manage. Tough to manage. Anyways, we just wait. Market's moving pretty slow. When will you buy a new mic? I don't know. This one stops working, I guess. Yeah, it's pretty slow right now. Let me ask you something, Gatie. You were strict on your rules and consistent back in the day, but I blew a lot of accounts. What changed? When are you referring to? Like 2 years ago? How much have you made in profit over the time of your trading? I made a good amount of money, brother. Good amount of money. More than the average salary. Let's say that much. Like 1 year ago? I wasn't blowing a lot of accounts 1 year ago, though. Next week, I haven't really blown that many accounts in my journey. Next week, I hope it will be better. February. Next week, I hope will be better. February has been hard. Yeah, February's been, the daily chart's been tough, if I'm being honest. Daily chart's been tough. Do you mute ICT's Twitter? No, I don't look at his tweets while trading because I'm focused on the charts, but it's always cool. If we get a strong pulse here, closure above 50% here, I'll take a trade. I will wait for a body confirmation, though. I won't jump the gun. But, yeah, 50% here. Let's just do it like this. You gotta wait for the body, though. Ooh, look at that wick. For a second there, looked deadly. Yeah, it's gotta convince me here. If it closes here. So what I'll do is I'll put an order at put an order right here. We got at 903.5. Stop at the low. Yeah, we could run that. Yeah. We'll see. So far, still bearish. Nothing bullish about this for now. AM session? No trades AM session. Because I'd be taking long to usually try to pass one account in 2 days. If it's just 1 or 2 accounts, yeah. Right now I'm working on 8, so I'm not going to be just full porting them, right? Want to implement at least some sort of risk management that will, help me potentially pass. Yes, you can full port CPI with Tradeify. Eval. What is that 14 line? That's the candle open. So right now we're below the opening price. What I'm expecting here potentially is this. Below the open, break above, we'll take the trade, right? This candle closes strong. I'll execute a long position. We'll take it with 8 contracts this time. If we do 10 and call it? I think we'll do 10 and then just call it a day if we lose. We'll do 10 and call it a day if we lose. All right. We're going to try it again here, guys. This will be, if this is a losing trade, I'll be calling it a day. Trying my long narrative again. S&P inside the gap. If we lose this one, we'll be done for the day. If we win, we'll be done for the day. If we break even, well, we'll see what happens if we break even. So risking 120 on the funded. First loss was also 120. And yeah, we'll just see what we get. We'll see what we get here. Market wants to be nice. That'd be nice. I like the trade. S&P in the gap. We've done a lot of work lower, not much higher. We got the inversion. Trade back to 50% 3 times. there's a 1 minute CISD, if you will. Bullish fair value gap formed as well, so good confirmation, or at least somewhat good price signatures, right? I don't like how this candle immediately went down, but if it expands higher, that's a good sign. We can go ahead and move our stop to 9.5 here, 9.525, that body low, right? Wouldn't want to see that 9.5. Call it a 9.550. So we're adding we're moving 1.5 risk off there. It adds up in the long run. It adds up in the long run. It's up in the long run. 9.550. So we're working inside this inversion now. Spending a good amount of time. I really want to see us get above this high. That's what will confirm to me that we're really going to potentially run higher. If we can't get above this high, it's not looking like the best trade. We may have to wait potentially 4 more minutes before. If I lose, I'm done for the day. If I break even or partial loss, we'll see what we're working with. So 1,000% stop loss. Take a short then. Put your TP right here. TP. I'm looking for potentially the buy side, but we'll see what we get. I'm not a fan of just setting TPs. We'll see what we get. I mean, you can set it up here. I'm going to really just focus on what the candles tell me. Right now, we're consolidating inside the inversion fair value gap. Not invalidating the idea, but in my opinion, if we were bearish, we probably would have made a run below this low already. So either we're potentially shifting bullish here or we're going to get real choppy. I like the SMT at the lows. I like that NASDAQ rejected right off the rejection block right here. NASDAQ's coming in pretty strong right now. Pretty strong candle. I like that we got the fair value gap, this market structure shift right here, and we got an inversion. Pretty strong candle. That's a very strong candle. This candle might take us out right here. YM looks a little bit more comfortable. Look at those bodies. Stopping right there. We inverse, came back down. Couldn't get to the follow through above it. We'll see how this candle closes. We'll watch it on the 3-minute chart for now. See how this candle closes. I mean, it'll be the one to dictate. It'll be the one to dictate. Probably. Looks like NASDAQ wants to make a lower low. Yeah, NASDAQ really broke down there pretty aggressively. YM looks a little bit stronger. NQ looks weak. So I don't think we're in the best trade here. How'd that 3-minute close? Hasn't closed yet. Immediate rebalance. Yeah, I mean, it's probably a stop, but we'll see what NASDAQ does. If we can somehow survive that sweep on the NASDAQ. YM looks pretty good, but the others are not in sync. In the NASDAQ here, top right corner. Eight points. 6.5 point stop. Okay. Fut's 1430 candle. We do have an SMT here. Does it mean we're gonna go higher? I don't know. Hard to say. We did inverse the 3-minute, It's not looking the best. But my stops won't. Whoa. Okay, we're out of the trade there. Yeah. So probably not going to take anything else today. Down 1.5 R. So minus 800. So pretty much those profits we made on Monday all gone. So we're back to neutral on the evals. It's hard to say what this will do. But I don't really want to put myself in any more risk today. Don't think there's going to be a clear. It's possible still. I mean, I'm going to stay here and watch for a bit, but I don't really want to put on any more risk. Don't think we'll see anything too clear. Could sweep and go, but we'll see. How did you guys do? Did you guys trade PM session? Damn it, all my evals gone. I want to apologize, guys. I won't be commenting live as been watching. Okay, bro. How many trades you took today? Just 2 trades. Let me tell you what will happen. It will go to 50%, then go long. Possible. Lasted 0.5 seconds. Took a short on gold. Isn't there FOMC? FOMC's at 2 p.m. It's just the minutes. AM was way better. Gross price action. I mean, yeah, even for shorts, the price action wasn't too clear, right? I mean, we came up pretty strong here. But lost my gains from the AM. Never trading PM again. Brother, don't let one day change your entire trading plan, right? Had you made money today, you probably would have said, oh, great thing, 3SL on NQ today, 2 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. Lost the first trade. Would you say it's easier to full board CPI on Tradeify compared to Apex? Tradeify growth, yes. Watch you lose 2, surprisingly didn't take a trade. Movements wasn't great out of 5. Nice, bro. Just little candles and not the cleanest direction. Could see lower and higher right now. Yeah, I agree. Good shit, Cole. That's fire. Helped you pass my eval today. That's why I was spamming you. I'm glad you passed, brother. Trading PM was against my rules anyways. I see. Why were you confident in going long? I like the divergence we had inside this gap. I like the speed we saw here. Nice candle. Formed a fair value gap. Broke above this high. Got the inversion. And the timing was good for a PM reversal. Or a lunch reversal, sorry. In PM session. Now we can just sit here and watch. Took out the sell side. See if it wants to continue lower. Or potentially expand higher. We're going to buy around 24880. 24880. That's pretty low. I don't know if we'll get there today. We'll see. Who knows? Should I study charts in my free time? Probably. Given that it's part of the job description. Yeah, I would just watch this. See what it wants to do. Let's post this in the Discord. If you guys don't know, I journal every trade I take on live stream in the Discord with my actual accounts. So 2 trades. Down more like minus 1.6 R. Pretty good trades. First one wasn't the cleanest, but it had good narrative behind it. Like if we were gonna get the PM reversal, it would have been here or here. Or here, if we're gonna get it, hypothetically speaking. I don't think we're gonna get it anymore. I think it's probably gonna stay more range bound. So playing inside this range, not making higher high or lower low. And we'll just have to see, what it wants to do. No big deal. Minus 250 on the funded. Also, no big deal. So I won't trade the funded again today. Probably not the eval as well. Yeah, I really don't see a high probability. Even if we are bearish, I have no idea where this is going to go. I don't think we're going to come all the way back here, but we'll see. Okay, but on the first shade, why were you not waiting for a CISD all the way up here? Just for better risk purposes. And I'm already viewing this as a bullish order block. So the fact that we made a lower low and then a higher high. So we made a lower low and then a higher high. I'm already anticipating this. I was expecting this to hold, right? Didn't expect us to make a lower low here. We had a protraction. 2 p.m. went lower, swept, closed higher. I was expecting this low to be safe. And that's why. You think previous day's high? I feel like we probably would have broke higher already if we were bullish. How have you been trading this year? Last year I was barely profitable, mostly break-even trader, but 2026 has been cooking me. January was really good. February's been a little bit more tough. Damn, looks like we are just dumping, huh? It's this daily chart really is getting to us. I wonder if we are just bearish. Putting a pretty significant wick on the daily chart here. This is just fun. I just want to see how low this thing goes, man. Because it's going, right? It's going. You got a question? What's up, brother? Why do you normally how like NQ or futures up next to each other? I don't understand your question, brother. I don't think the grammar makes sense. What's your question, brother? We got 50%. Yes, we did. Nice. Good call. They got too many issues. What other firms out there like Top Step? Lucid Trading Flex is probably the similar one. Do you put signals up? I take my trades live. They're not signals, but you know, people are gonna copy. What can I do? No bootcamp call today. Yeah, I took 2 losses just now. I'm probably not gonna take anything else. I could risk another $200, which is like 3 micros. I don't have any objectives lower, and I don't think this can go higher. My only objective lower is this, but you know, was really out of stretch going into pre-market. I really didn't expect us to reverse the AM session. It's quite rare, you know, to be honest. It's quite rare. So I still think it's possible we get some sort of, you know, almost say random expansion higher. But right now this thing is dumping aggressively with no signs of coming back. So we'll see. I mean, it's just slicing through every single level. You have a strategy name, or is it just ICT concepts? I mean, I gave my own strategy a name, if that's what you're asking. Your weekly bias neutral. It's just neutral. Honestly, there's no clear bias on the higher time frame. I was bearish going into today. Then we shot up all the way here to the top of the fair value gap, which is rare. Then I was bullish, expecting it to, you know, potentially fail. And now it looks like we're completely rejecting. And if I say we're bearish, we're probably going to start pumping. It's just a really difficult higher time frame, in my opinion. Can one single candle be data high and low? Yes, that will happen when there's a really big candle at 8:30. How was your weekly trading so far? Profit and loss? We're break even today this week so far. We're break even. Can you show the 5-minute chart? Of course. You see reversal? No. This is very heavy. 927 shorts. Pretty good setup. Pretty good setup. Did you have taken that short after 30-minute tap this morning? I was not risking any money in the morning session. I think we're going to trade here. I think it's going to be a full PM reversal, which is kind of crazy. Show the 2-minute inverse during the start of lunch right here. Oh, there you go. Buy side swept, inverse, played lower. Just passed my first funded now. What do? I need tips. You trade. You trade your model, brother. Go long. I don't think we get a reversal. Wouldn't you want to short after this 15-minute inverse? No. Even if I was looking for shorts, there's no setup here besides 1412 protraction. Yeah, there's no clear setup here. I think it's possible we explore this. So, how much you up? We're down on the day. We're down on the day. We're down 1.5 R. I think we're actually down. We're down 800, and my risk is 1,000. So, my risk is 500. So, what is that? 0.75? 0.8 R? Or sorry, 1.8 R? I could risk 200 bucks on a trade setup. 200 bucks, yeah. So, I might. I might. It won't recoup a lot of the loss, but it could recoup some. What time frame is the best to trade gold for CPI and FOMC? 1 minute? I don't know. What? There is no best time frame. What you're risking on the Lucid? 500 per trade. Yeah, we're going aggressive until we pass. Didn't even. No time limit. But if it's gonna take me more than a week or two, I'll just full port. I'm not trying to spend I'm not trying to spend this whole week on evals. So if we don't pass, somewhat soonish, probably call it. Anyways, I don't think we're gonna get a reversal. I do think price can come over here. I'm not gonna take another trade. I'd rather just come back tomorrow with a fresh. We're back to break even on the accounts. So we'll see how it goes. I think this could offer potentially lower, but so how much can you lose? I can lose 4 times total. Yep, trade copier worked perfectly today, and that's it. That's gonna be it for me today. I don't really want to spend any more minutes on the chart, so I will see you guys live tomorrow and Friday, exact same time. Take care, stay safe, manage your risk, and I will make a recording of the loss.